What if we told you that we're not all here for the same reason, nor do we come from the same place? Hey everybody, I'm Dov.
I'm Nicole.
And we're Twin Flame Revolution. We're conscious mentors, channels, motivational speakers, teachers, and much more. Today we're talking about a really exciting and sort of hot topic, which is why we're here. Maybe we shouldn't be comparing because we might be totally different beings. So a lot of you guys are aware out there that we speak about and that others speak about concepts like starseeds. What do they really mean? Soul group, what the heck are we talking about? And we are constantly in this state of comparison. It is really easy for people out there to compare themselves to others with social media and other interactions that we have now. It's become more prominent than ever before for us to constantly be comparing. And let me tell you what, in order for us to stay in our lane, we have to understand who we are at soul level more than ever before. Why? Because what if your purpose being here was drastically different than in others based on where you come from as a soul, what your makeup is, and why you designed, divined, and decided to be here on this planet in this life, right? And these are powerful concepts. And throughout our time working with other people, tens of thousands of you guys, we have absolutely guided many through the process of reading souls, understanding why you're here, understanding where you come from, and helping even those who think that this is a totally drastic concept to understand it and resonate with it in the most logical of ways. So as you listen to this video, no, we're not going to dive into just the remix here, guys.
Yeah, it was.
Why you guys are here, because that's an individual process to understanding, but we are going to remind you guys that understanding your soul essence, whether you come and find that with us or you decide to find that on your own, this is an important quest, the quest to understanding the self, understanding the soul, and understanding the bigger picture of it all.
Oh, calling all starseeds! Whoa, whoa! Oh my goodness,
well,
right?
Since I'm DJing over here today.
It's coming from a different place, right? The first time, you incarnated in a body that wasn't a human body, that wasn't on earth, right? In a different place, understanding that, that those moments where you're looking up and you're connecting and you're just feeling that's so, almost like that melancholy feeling, or sometimes when you're here and you feel like you don't belong or you don't really understand, knowing that there are different levels of that for different soul groups.
Yes. Because
the rules, right? The rules are different in certain star systems. They're different than here. And so there are certain soul groups that come here, and it's very difficult for them to be here, for them to work under the rules that we have, under the principles that we have. And so we see people struggle more with, this isn't home. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to be here. I don't understand the laws here. I don't understand the injustice. It's actually, for some people, the injustice is a little bit more deeper than others.
Yeah.
And so understanding this is so beautiful, right? That we get to look at people and go, wow, we might be experiencing things. Actually, we are experiencing things so different.
Yes.
We are seeing things so different. Some of your historical trauma that you've experienced is actually different than others. Not the historical trauma that's happened on this planet, but there are other places that things have happened that maybe you didn't experience that somebody else experienced, right? There are gifts and there are parts of us, just like as if we came from a different country, experiencing different food, experiencing all kinds of different ways of being, ways of life, down to diet, all the way up to politically. Everything's different. So understand that you are totally different in some ways.
Yes.
And that maybe your mission and purpose is different than somebody else's. There are soul groups that come here on vacation. They literally come here on vacation. They're coming here to try a pina colada. They're coming here to do friggin' belly dancing. They're coming here just to experience it and feel pleasure and dive into that pleasure and experience Earth. And that is it. Right? And that blew my mind because I'm like, but my mission is this. And shouldn't everybody else's be that, right? Aren't we all? No, we're not.
All of us are here to self-express totally differently. And so when Nicole's talking about mission, we're talking about that self-expression. And isn't it so beautiful? that we can understand that we're different. And so I know I hear some of you guys going, oh my gosh, Starseeds, what does this mean? So on, what does soul groups mean? And Nicole was mentioning it. And what we're really talking about is that your soul, many of you, is very, very ancient. And that soul process, well, actually all of your souls are very ancient. You're not all very ancient to here, but all your souls are very old and ancient, and they've evolved in different places, so much further outside of our conscious understanding.
Yes.
But if you think about it, let's go back to logic for a second. It makes so much sense that your soul has been around so long that it would take different places to experience an incarnation. And even science talks about these things all the time. It's just statistically, numerically, scientifically, probably, right, improbable to not have us come from different places. And when Nicole and I have known this for many years, because we're able to read these energies in people and understand. And if you're watching this, it's really likely that you're a starseed, that you come from somewhere else, because you're gravitated towards the video. And there's a likeness in you that's attracted to us. And because Nicole and I vibrate with that energy, you vibrate and attract to that as well. So that means that there is a whole place, like she perfectly explained, that is different to what you remember, and you come here and you share those characteristics and those qualities. And there are other people here that are going to share similar qualities. For instance, perhaps you're a big vision person. You see the big vision of everything and you want to create from that big vision. You want to create not-for-profit organizations, new campaigns, brand new ways of filtering water, whatever it is. You see the big picture and then you have other people execute. Some of you are here to execute. You're here to so aptly understand how to transform from what we have to something better, not something different, but just improving the current situation of things. And all of these things are so incredibly needed. Now, starseeds also tend to be those that do not come here on vacation. They tend to be those that want to create something, but some of them are. Some of you are here just having experiential experiences. And so it really doesn't help us when we start creating comparison, where we start judging and we start feeling bad about our own experiences here, and allowing ourselves to, instead of judging, dive in. I invite you to dive into understanding more about yourself, more about your soul, more about why you're here, more about what it really means to be you. And if your desire is to work within the construct of a business and help other people, or maybe you don't want to be a team leader, maybe you want to stay on the sidelines, or maybe you want to be the CEO, those things could very much not have to do with your conditioning, your blocks, or your trauma. They could have to do with who you are as a soul, why you're here, where you come from, and understanding those different purposes. And Nicole said really well too, understanding that we are all here to have an experience. And this is a really blessed time and a really special time to be here. And there are many of you who are already aware of this information, but you struggle with this concept of, I want to go home. I don't want to be here. And we want to remind you that it is so important, because it's having such a negative impact on you and on the collective, that we allow ourselves to understand that we can make this, and this is our home for now. Because when we let go of the idea that this is our home right now, we also let go of our attachment to making it a better place, to loving it deeper, and to letting ourselves feel whole, loved, and connected in this place. You're not alone.
Yes.
We love you, we see you. Others love you and they see you. And this is ours. It's our responsibility to do something beautiful with this place and allow ourselves to remember more and more and more as a collective. And the more we remember, the more special and beautiful this place is. So this is our home for now. And it is important for us not to draw in all those negativities and the energies of when we say we don't want to be here. It starts to make us feel like we don't belong, and it starts to make us feel frustrated, and it draws in other energies, both externally and internally, that make us not want to do this.
Yeah, and it really stands in between you and your sovereignty when we kind of just say, this is a gift to be here.
Yes.
You're a miracle being here. Your birth was a miracle, right? And so when we say, I don't want to be here, there's a level of giving up part of self, almost like relinquishing your essence, relinquishing your sovereignty. And your sovereignty is really important in this realm and your field, to keep it protected, to keep you protected, to keep your feet on the ground, to keep you grounded, right? To keep you nourished, to keep you feeling good, right? Being able to connect to God. And so this is when we talk about it, it's so important because we tend to, as a society and as a planet, compare ourselves to everything and everyone. And either we're trying to, live up to other people, like making ourselves, because you're you, right?
And
we're
that's
trying,
amazing.
and it is beautiful because you're needed. We are all connected. Every little piece is needed, right? We're all one, right? There's no difference, but then there's all this uniqueness where it's necessary for the vision for us all to have every aspect looked at from different eyes and different consciousness to make the whole consciousness, right? And so that comparison can be devastating for you. It can make you suffer when you're trying to compare yourself. And then when we get into that, I'm right, you're wrong, all this energy, oh, it's painful. It starts to, oh God, it'll take your sleep away. It'll make you question who you are or question who other people are. And you'll go through so much, right? And that judgment of others being in their self-expression, right? Us attacking, it makes it hard for them and hard for you because that swings back around, right? We got karma. Every reaction, every choice that you make has a consequence, has an effect. And so when we are like, oh my God, we can come to a place right now and the understanding that we all have our role, right? Even if we're watching other people cause a little havoc, everything has its role, has its contrast, has its all to show you. You're able to see, you're able to refine yourself, you're able to see what you want to be, what you don't want to be, you're able to be love in places maybe that others are choosing not to be, it relieves you, right? When we stop comparing and we see things as they are, it relieves you of that judgment of self and others. Yes. It allows for it to be. And there's so much sovereignty. There's so much peace in there. Yes. There's so much like, oh my God, I don't have to let everyone see that I'm right. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. And then you can also understand why people may be judging you because they might not understand you. And that's okay, right? Yes. It's not about understanding everyone. It's about loving everyone, right? I love that. I love that saying. Like sometimes we're not going to be able to understand each other, right? We're not seeing things from the same place, right? But if we could be love and be respectful, we start bridging the gap. And this is my favorite part of the work that Dov and I do, is we bridge gaps between all things, right? Between sexes, religion, between people and all walks of life, being able to bridge through that essence of love because we really get that because that's who we are. And we can see that and feel it and experience it and know, oh, that's home because that love is home. And then we start to bring back the connection of everything, right? Because we're seeing so much disconnect and separation on this planet. And for many of us, we came here to bring connection back and that love back, right? So that people can express themselves and be who they are. Yes. And be free.
So how do we bring that love back and that connection back? It's this process of understanding yourself as sovereign individual, incredible and connected to everything. Understanding that there's parts of the self that we might not have seen before, like we just dipped our toe into soul groups and talking about energies and why we're here for different reasons. And also allowing yourselves right now to start observing instead of judging and criticizing yourself. Allow yourself to understand that perhaps you find it really tricky to be here because maybe your soul is actually new to being here on Earth. Or maybe you've actually been here a lot, but there is a lot of forgetting that happens when we come, we're born, we experience, we get conditioned, we go through our own traumas, we go through the traumas that are on this planet, and we become very heavy and laid down with all of the different energies, stories, concepts, and ideas. And we often have the hard time to come back to ourself, to come back to our memory of self, and that is our greatest point, because when we can come back to that memory of self, then the truth is often very clearly revealed to us about what is going on. We can raise our vibration, our frequency, shift things, and manifest those things that we want in our life. So our message for you today is allow yourself to understand that it might be a little more complex than you think. There might be a little more self-discovery than meets the eye, and that it is most important to not compare ourselves so that you can allow all of the incredible greatness that is within you to shine out into this world, because you are absolutely so very needed.
Yes.
We love you guys so much. And we hope that this video was helpful. If it was, please make sure that you subscribe and like the video. And it's also love from us and Sophia.
Hi, baby.
And we will see you guys so soon. Bye.
Bye.